Tom Brady is pulling the same trick he was trying to do with the Dolphins. Okay. So if you remember, Tom Brady was out here while he was still the Bucs, while he was still a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and he did the whole goodbye letter thing, and the blue check boy Adam Schefter ran with it and said Brady was retiring from the entire league, even though in reality he was just retiring from Tampa Bay. It was a ploy just to get out of Tampa because he had a deal to go to Miami because the owner went to Michigan like him. Okay, so you remember all that? Well, Brady's trying to run it back again. Okay, so now he's trying to run that same scam, that same scheme, that same plan, this time with the Las Vegas Raiders. So the Vegas Raiders, he has agreed to buy a portion of the team, and he's investigating how he can still play for the team while he owns the team. And yes, it is actually possible to own a piece of a team and still play for that team. What needs to happen? What needs to happen is that it's going to be 2 votes. It's going to be the first vote that requires 3/4 league approval just for him to buy a piece of the team, in this case, the Raiders, right? So once that vote is done and he's approved to own a piece of the team, there then will be a second vote, where the second vote will basically be on whether or not Tom Brady can play in the NFL while owning a piece of the Raiders. So it's essentially a case-by-case basis. In theory, he could be approved to own a piece of the Raiders and play for the Raiders. Well, let's say if for whatever reason the Ravens would have given Lamar Jackson a piece of the Ravens, he could be denied to be able to play for the Ravens while owning a piece of the Ravens. So if you follow that. So it is technically possible for Tom Brady to come back and unretire again, own a piece of the Raiders, and play for them. If I'm the NFLPA, I am loading up the biggest group chat and I am firing this off. Because I don't ever want to hear about we can't get fully guaranteed contracts ever again. Because if you're letting a player unretire and own a piece of a team and play, then you better run me that Deshaun Watson money. Because if you're willing to allow a player to own a piece of a team and collect a salary, so he's getting both. He has money invested, earning revenue, earning ROI, and he's getting an actual paycheck as an employee of the team. Now, I've been a part of companies that have given you stock options, but this is different. This is owning a percentage of a $1 billion operation, and a healthy percentage. This isn't like stock options at your company where everyone's getting such a small microfactor that it doesn't really amount to much in comparison to the CEO. He's literally owning a piece of what Mark Davis owns. This ain't Jay-Z with the Nets. Yo, what if Lamar would have said, I want to own a piece of the Ravens? Like, that's part of my negotiation. I want to own a piece of the Ravens because outside of Ray Lewis, who's him but me for this organization? So I want a piece of the Ravens and I want my check. Give me my 260 whatever million and a percentage on the back end. And the league would have had to approve it. You know damn well the league won't even give him guaranteed money. But somehow Tom Brady's going to walk in here and not only get to invest money and get ROI and be part of a valuation of $1 billion entity, but then he's going to be able to draw a check as an employee from that same entity? That's one of the biggest double dips in history. If I'm DeMaurice Smith in the NFLPA, you got to look at this with a side eye. Now, you want it to happen. But then once this happens, it's open season. You can't tell Justin Herbert, don't take fully guaranteed money. But if you do, okay, then I want a percentage of the Chargers. Tom did it. Patrick Mahomes, they're renegotiating his contract. His owner has already told him, you are underpaid. There is no way we can financially, in salary, pay you your worth. Okay, you know how you fix that? Give me 5%. 5% of the Chiefs. Then you could give me whatever bloated, funny money contract you want. You already said I'm underpaid. You already said there's no way for you to monetize my actual value. You know how we could get a lot closer to that monetized actual value? Cutting me in ownership. This right here is going to be a thing if it happens. This is one of those watershed moments. What Kirk Cousins did and the league didn't, and the rest of the players didn't follow. I think if Brady gets this off, if I'm Mahomes, if I'm Justin Herbert, if I'm Joe Burrow, if I'm Trevor Lawrence, this is now the blueprint. And they have to stand up to their representation because, of course, their representation is going to try to talk them out of it because they got relationships with all these teams and all these owners. They're not just working independently for that one player. They got relationships throughout the league and players throughout the league. So it benefits them if the league is happy. It doesn't benefit them if all you got is Justin Herbert and you're riding everything every single day for Justin Herbert. I hope he gets this off because there will be a domino effect if he can get this off. I truly believe that. There will be a domino effect. If you're Mahomes, your boss said to the world, you're underpaid. If you're Justin Herbert, they know they got to pay you X amount of bread because it's your turn. Joe Burrow, same thing. Trevor Lawrence, soon come. And y'all tell me I can't get what type of bread I want, then okay, you need to cough up some equity. Whether he's good or not doesn't even really matter. He's a draw. He's going to sell jerseys. He's going to sell ticket plans. It doesn't matter. And that's why he has leverage. That's why he has leverage, because he can go out there and leverage his name, his likeness, his aura, all of that, and get a piece of a team and still play for it. Now, Daniel Jones can't get this off. Kirk Cousins can't get this off. But I think Patrick Mahomes could get this off, because why not? What's the reason why he can't?